Here's a false Faro shuffle for you. Before we get into the false shuffle, let's take a look at a real shuffle. The shuffle it's supposed to look like and emulate just a typical Faro cards weaving. You got the bridge and cascade. You square everything up, and of course you don't want to forget the cut. So that's what we're going for. Now that we got that out of the way, let's take a look at the false shuffle. Actually, I'm just kidding. That was the false shuffle. Maybe you could tell. I'll just run through the cards there. That way you could see for yourself. Completely false. What is up, folks? Jorge Anito here. Thanks for stopping by and welcome back. My friends, today we have a false Faro shuffle for you. You'll see some false Faros, you know, on some different channels and stuff like that. And there's some really great ones out there, to be honest. In fact, the one that I'm doing today, even though it was basically something that I just came up with, there are obviously many other people who have work on this type of false Faro shuffle. So it's based off of Daniel Madison's Broken Bridge false shuffle. If you're not sure what that is, it's basically the same thing that you just saw there in the intro, except on the table. And I have so much love and respect for Daniel Madison, and I took the time, it took so long to learn his Broken Bridge false shuffle, and I loved it so much that I thought, man, this would be great if I could apply this to In the Hands, essentially. And so that's what we have here today. A Broken Bridge false shuffle, completely in the hands. We got the Black Roses Lavender playing cards, just newly released by Snyder, fully marked reader backs. These are great marked cards. I chose these because, well, they're bordered, obviously, and they're traditionally cut. So, traditional cut cards would play a big part in the ease at which this false shuffle is executed. Because we're essentially going to Faro the cards. How I do it, it really doesn't matter. If you do it the other way, like this, that's fine. I like to use a traditional cut for this because that's how I normally Faros, from face to back. But anyway, so the Broken Bridge false shuffle, Daniel Madison's famous false shuffle. I'll leave a link in the description. You could check that out for a frame of reference. I'm not going to teach it here, but I'm just going to run over one simple thing. So you have the Faro on the table that you do, and you have this corner poked out. When you do the bridge and you cascade the cards, essentially your thumb back here is stopping this packet from coalescing, essentially. And so you end up straightening it up. And there's that. So let's get into it. You want to go for a 60-40 split. It's not quite 50-50. The reason for that, when you do the Faro, you want it to be like an in Faro. I think that's what they call that. Where there's cards on the right hand packet, top and bottom. It basically has the left hand packet pinned. At this point, once I have the Faro, or the weave, started and finished, I take the left hand packet and I kick it out to where this corner is facing me. Now from the front, I'm, you know, obviously exaggerating this, but this all happens just in a matter of seconds, right? So I kick that corner out just a little bit, because whenever I go to do the bridge, that's what's going to stop it. My pinky is going to stop this packet from going flush with the deck, at which point I'm going to take the right hand packet. It's got everything pinned. I'm going to square the left hand packet up ever so slight. Do some kind of gesture, whatever. Or you could go right into the cut, which is essentially, I'm just stripping the packets together. This is like a pull through in the hands false Faro shuffle with a Broken Bridge element. So again, you'll break off the cards about a 60-40 split. You'll do the weave, making sure, obviously it's an in Faro. Kicking the left-hand packet's corner outward toward you. From here, it's just a matter of readjusting. So this is just kind of like a few fingers at a time to where I'm in this position. Now when I go for the bridge, I want to make sure that my right hand pinky is upwards because that's going to stop those cards from going flush. So in real time, I know that's a lot to follow. Try to bow these cards outward a little bit. 60-40 split, weave, kicking corner out, adjust for grip, bridge, cascade, squaring, the strip out, which is essentially emulating a cut, and that's it. So 60-40 split, you got the weave, kicking the corner outward or back towards you. Now, as far as the readjusting, the tip that I could give is remember, everything's stationary because you're holding the right packet between the middle and thumb. That keeps everything together, gives you all the time that you need to readjust the grip. So you're in this position, you want to grip to this. So once you're here, now remember, if you let go, this card on the bottom is going to fall. So once I have my left thumb on top, my fingers underneath, all I do is just extend the middle finger, so I could just kind of hold it a second and give this right hand time to come around for the bridge position. Once you're in this position, you just execute a bridge, and that's just kind of keeping your fingers underneath, curled in, thumbs on top, and you're just bowing. You're getting a good bend on the outward edges of the cards, and then you start the cascade, leaving the pinky up here because that's essentially going to be the stopper, right? That's going to stop everything. Obviously hard to do slow. Once you lose momentum on this, unless I displaced a card. Run through it real quick, real time. 60-40. Weave, kick back, adjust, bridge. Once you're in this position, you've stopped everything from going. And from the front, it just looks like the cards got weaved together, right? And so I want to immediately start squaring this up, because if not, this will start to look suspect. So I go in and I grab this, kind of like our position from the beginning, you know, keeping everything together. And I take this and I turn it. This should be a borderless deck, but, you know, for demonstration's purposes. So I'll turn it this way to the spectators, so that way all they're seeing is the edge. I don't want them to see anything like this, especially if you just have bordered cards. So I have the edge. It was in this position right here, something like that. Now the strip out can be challenging. What you have to do is just make sure you have pressure on this back on your right hand, and you're essentially just pulling everything back apart in the action. It's just supposed to look like a cut. That's what it's supposed to look like. This right here, right? But you're stripping the cards out. Alright, last time. Got the weave, kicking the corner back. Pinky goes up. Bridge executed. Automatically square everything up. Just like that, it's squared. Now from here, the cut simulation, I kind of take the left hand packet and just pull forward as I pull this out and put it on top. That could be probably the hardest part, is stripping the packets apart, because if it's too much pressure, it's just going to be really hard to get the packets apart. And, you know, you don't want to spend a lot of time at that because you're just supposed to be cutting the cards. So that's the one thing that probably, between that and the actual broken bridge action done by the pinky, you know, those are the two hardest factors of this false shuffle. But anyway, there it is. If you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram. Wow, my hair's crazy. It always is, though. You know, it always is. Leave my Instagram in the description below. Leave me a follow. Come over there. Shoot me a message if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to help you work through it. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Is it worthwhile? What are some other false Faro shuffles you know? Love to hear your thoughts, your feedback. I appreciate all you guys and gals stopping by. And with that, Jorge Anito here, signing off. Be blessed.